has been an extraordinary artistic journey. I picked it because it's the 50th anniversary and it's a groundbreaking musical. It was the first rock musical, and all of the shows that come after it owe it a debt. Shows like Jesus Christ Superstar and Tommy and Rent and Spring Awakening and Hamilton, and it was so entirely not supposed to be a Broadway hit. It's an extraordinary play. But I remember 1968. I remember Hair because I worked on it 20 years ago in a production in New York. It has been a real journey to help the cast now, all of whom were born more or less around the year 2000, to understand a year that's quite far back in their history.
Freedom now! Peace now! Freedom!
The biggest challenge has been the dramaturgs that we've had to really do on it because they weren't even born, you know. I was 10 at the time, you know, so they weren't even born, and so between Anna Holloway and Don especially, he's taken the reins. Every night we mention something new and I see him going to town trying to find a reference to it so they understand what they're really talking about.
1968. That makes you so damn superior.
And it gives me such a headache.
We talked about immediately being authentic to 1968. Don't just play a hippie. We need to be in this time period, you know, and they are slowly getting back there and getting the feeling of everything that was going on.
Orphan! Man! Lucky!
The interesting part about so much of it is that, yes, it's technically old, but so many of the things that we're talking about in the show are so relevant to what we're dealing with now. So many of the same political fights are being fought. Of course, musical theater in itself has changed quite a bit because of shows like Hair. You do have the Hamilton, the options of diverse casting and multiracial casting, things that really weren't even happening before Hair. You never really saw interracial cast before Hair, and so now we are getting these amazing shows like Hamilton where you have, you know, people of color playing any role they want, essentially, and a lot of that is because of Hair. So it's really special, especially as a woman of color, to be able to come back to the grassroots of that.
We've added performances because we can only run 1 week. So it actually opens on Wednesday, February 6th. And it runs Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night at 7:30. There's also a Saturday matinee and a Sunday matinee. So there are 6 performances in that week, which is more than either City Rep normally does or UCO normally does. But with both of our audiences together and with the strong demand that we are feeling for this show, we just felt like we needed to do that.